pre-Thanksgiving, everyone. Hope everyone is getting their side dishes together. Their turkey, their stuffing, their cranberry sauce. I don't like cranberry sauce. Maybe I should try it before I say I don't like it. Never tried it, people. Yeah, I've never tried it. So this is just like a quick video just to kind of show you guys exactly what it is that I'm doing for my December cover. I have to lower the volume. I am looking at Dancing with the Stars. Can't lower the volume because my husband's in the way. There we go. Anyway, so I wanted to show you guys my cover for the month of December. As y'all well know, is that I really like to create my own covers for every month. For December, for November, for those that didn't see my cover for November, I have the pumpkins, and it just reminded me of Thanksgiving, empanadas, pumpkin pie, you know, those kinds of things that, of course, it would have to be food. But the empanadas is like a turnover kind of pastry, Mexican pastry, and it's usually stuffed with pumpkin. My mother and my grandmother would boil an actual pumpkin and smash it, and then put the sugar and the cinnamon and all that good jazz. And I really miss those days. But this is the reason why I selected this cover for the month of November. So pretty much what I do is that I did use this as my stencil, and then plus I did find my measurements here. As my last video that I made my cover, I did mention what the width and the length is. It's 8 inches in wide, and it's 9.5 inches long. The only reason I made it this way is because it does cover my tabs that I do have. I did make this cover a little bit wider, not necessarily longer, but wider, just so that it can protect my planner. Once again, I hate to have my planner beat up, but I did already pre-cut everything here, so I will be using this white with gold leaf covering as far as the outside, and the inside part of the cover I will be using this white with like a little light brown. What this reminded me was like wood, with snow and stuff. Like the wood is just covered with snow. Here in the state of Texas, we don't have snow. Well, we do up north, mainly like in Dallas area, not south of Texas, and that's where I'm from, and we do not have that. So I have everything I've already pre-cut. Once again, I do use these recycled spiral notebook covers that I grabbed from Mark. And I do use them because they're thick enough and sturdy enough to be able to make or use as a cover. I did hot glue all this, but I only put a small layer, a thin layer of hot glue. And you know, ladies, that hot glue does tend to dry pretty quick. And if we don't move quick enough, it will dry and it will not bond, or it will not hold. So I do want to show you what the front cover looks like. I did already make that. So I had received a some lotion for Christmas last year, and it was in this box. And this box has the front part of the box had like the same thing here, except that it had a cutout gift box with a bow, and I'll show that to you now. And this is what the cover looks like. So pretty much is that I cut the front part of the box, and I did use this white with gold leaf paper as a background and what I did glue, I glued these. Sorry for my lighting, it's pretty bad. I did glue these little sequins here at the corners here, and of course this is the back. Okay, so this will be my December cover, and I'm really liking how it turned out. Of course, I ran out of my craft tape, my double stick tape, and that's why I'm having to use my glue gun, because I am using my double stick tape, my roll, but it is not holding as well as I would like for it to hold. And of course, my Walmart puncher did not work because it's actually thicker than my other planner, and I had to use my regular hole puncher, which worked just as fine. I'm just like spoiled, and I love my Walmart hole puncher. So let's get started. It's very easy, as I had mentioned before. So what I do is that I'm pretty much just, since this is the first time I'm doing it with the glue gun, people, ladies, I know that I do have to work really fast because this glue dries really quick, and I just make sure to press the edges. I do have my, like a spatula kind of, and I'll just go ahead and make sure to press here. What I'm going to do is that I'm going to pre-fold the ends here, so like that it's easier for me to glue. What is everyone's like main dish at their home? Here in my house, I will tell you, my yams do not last in my home. That is like the first dish that goes, and trust me, I make quite a bit of them, and I make those also when I go to my mom's house. I take a pot of yams. She always wants me to make the yams, but my favorite thing to make is of course the yams, and then I love to make green bean casserole. That's like two of my favorite things there. So I have already pre-folded this, so what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to go ahead and do the glue gun here really quick. Be careful, ladies, this stuff is hot, that's why I am getting my blade here. It's not gluing and it's not holding as I would like it to be, but it's gonna be better once I put the backing to it. So does everyone do Black Friday? I know that I used to do Black Friday. I used to really like being adventurous like that. Well, I still like being adventurous. I'm kind of like trying to do things and get out of that comfort zone and be more daring. As I mentioned before in one of my comments, it's like I really want to do dumpster diving, but I'm kind of scared to do that. So this is going to be the back part of it. So just make sure once again that when you do put the hole punch, if you have a pattern, that you make sure that you set it correctly, the hole punch is in the right side, or on the right side. Otherwise it's going to be upside down, and you don't want that. In this case it does not matter, because the pattern is the same either way you look at it in my case. So I did pre-cut this already. So what I did is that I did cut a little bit shorter and a little bit, not as wide, so that I can still manage to see this pattern or this print here along the edges. So what I'm going to do is that I'm just going to go ahead and put one row of glue here, just like this. And then my glue gun is not wanting to cooperate. Not sure what is going on here. Let me just go ahead and glue this, or put this here. There we go. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe I need to take this glue stick out and put this little one in. There you go. Let's just solve that problem really quick. I really enjoy this adhesive tape, the roll-on tape. I have seen a lot of crafters that have the big, like the big gun. I use so much of it, guys, that I think that it would be best for me to invest in one. And I think I will do that only because I spend so much, not so much money, but for the money that I have spent purchasing these double stick tapes and these little rollers here, and not get the refills. I mean, honestly, I could have already purchased the bigger gun and it would have been so much easier. And I can always purchase the refills with my 50% off coupon or whatever it is. Just make sure that you do get enough glue at the edges, and if you go a little over, that's okay. It's clear, so it's not a bad thing here. So there we go. It does appear like it's sticking pretty well compared to my first one. It just didn't do as well. And I'm thinking that me using this blade in general is helping smooth it out, which I got this, I believe, like from, I don't know, Home Depot maybe. And it's like for spatula when you're like using to cover up holes like on the wall. And I might have not used it, and I elected to just go ahead and use it for my crafts. And to be honest, it's working out just as good. I really like it. So what I'm gonna do is that I have like little pieces of glue that is just sticking out, like little strands of glue. I'm just gonna go ahead and remove those, just little pieces there if I can, without cutting the paper. So just be very careful when you do that. I do have a little bit of paper sticking out here. So what I'm gonna do is that I do need to cut that. It's not much, but it's enough. I mean, I notice it, and it's enough. So there you go. This is gonna be the inside of the cover for the planner. So pretty much what I'll do now is that I do have my cover here, and I will just trace the holes here, just so that I know exactly where to punch the holes here. Now keep in mind that of course my slits here are a little bit wider, only because of my rings. My rings are a little bit they're not necessarily wider. The thing is that the actual indentation of the ring, which is kind of hard for me to explain, but I'll try to explain it to you here. The this part of the ring here is not necessarily wider than the Happy Planner ones. What it is that it goes a little bit wide and then it goes narrow. So it's kind of like a hook. So it kind of goes it goes wide like this, and then it goes in like this. So it's narrow here. So it's a little bit harder for me to flip my pages if this part here, if my punch is, or my slit is not wide enough to go over this space here. So, and what it does is that even though it's a little bit wider, it will kind of lock in place, and it will keep the pages from falling out. So now what I'll do is, again, just like you've seen one of many videos, this is nothing new. I'm just going to go ahead and hole punch my hole puncher here. I did work on my budget planner today. I had stated that, and I see it's really thick, that I just have to really apply a little pressure here. So then I realized that as I was working on my budget planner, that I don't need all those months. Okay, so what I normally try to do is have 1 month at a time in my planner, and 1 month at a time for my budget and my meal planning, because eventually all that stuff gets really thick and it's like too much. There's one little thing that does make my planner seem a little thicker. I did remove my extra sheets here that I had for my budget. I did remove those, so I only have 1 month here. I have 2 months, I'm sorry, for my monthly. This is my yearly budget here, and this is my monthly budget here. And I made this sheet, wrote it out. So, and then I have like my main receipts back here that has account information. So like that, I don't have to carry a statement every month. I do have my grandson's progress. I do still have this here. This is part of my journaling here. And of course some stickers, and I do have this little bag here just in case I need to insert anything in here. And I do have my pens that I use as for color coding, which I will probably end up changing, because, or either that or I'll just keep one black pen, because in all reality I just use one pen. I'm trying to really get into a color coding thing, and sometimes it just does not work for me, only because I'm so used to just using black. So here I do have to make sure that I do cut them wide enough. I know that it does look like it's wide, but I have to do it that way in order for me to be able to flip it. Otherwise, guys, I'm gonna be like irritated and trying to flip it, and it's gonna get stuck and all that good jazz. I don't like that. That's why I had to punch the extra, my bags, my pages again, because of that reason. Because those rings are different, like I mentioned, so it makes it a little hard to turn the page, but it's not something that cannot be corrected. You can just use the Mombi punch and just adjust not necessarily adjust the holes, but just make them a little bit wider, and it's done. So there it is. This is my December cover here. I'm really liking it. So let's see what it looks like now that I have finished it. As you can see, I still have stuff that I need to put away. Usually what I do is that, Catherine Lamb, I'm not sure if you are a subscriber to my YouTube, but does this look familiar? Just wanted to point this one out. I really like this. it's a paper clip. I received these paper clips. I was part of paper clip swap with Miss Leah from My Day-to-Day Life, and Miss Catherine Lamb, which has become she a YouTube friend, and she also lived here in the state of Texas, maybe about 30 minutes from me, not far. And I ended up, she ended up picking my name for the paperclip swap, which I thought was pretty cool. So I normally, what I did is that I put my pins still attached to this side here because they were getting stuck. I mean, they were going to fall out, and I didn't want them to fall out. So what I'm going to do is that I do have a bag that I will be using to just, you know, put my pins and stuff inside the bag. Like a little school bag, you know, Ziploc that you can attach to your notebooks or whatever. So there you go. Of course, I will be taking my tassel out. I probably will not have a tassel for this month, but I did want to show you that I did have to get a screwdriver to burn a hole through here just so that I'm able to put a tassel, because as y'all remember, these rings do not have holes in the center. So I ended up having to put these little sequins here, and to me, they turned out just as good. So there we go. Oops, my Lord, I'm just making a mess. Oh, did y'all even notice, ladies, that I changed my mat? And I put this black and white mat as well that I bought at the Dollar Tree. So here you go. This is my cover for the month of December. So to be honest, the whole point of making these covers is that not only are you able to dress up your planner, but you can at this point be creative and do it however you want. Your cover can be different. It doesn't have to be the same as all these covers that are out there that are being sold by Mombi. Of course, you can still use the Mombi patterns and still use your inserts and all that good jazz. But I am liking the fact that I am able to make my own covers, and I am loving December. So here you go. Next one will be the number. Oh my gosh, I hate to even say it, but next one I will just have to get a big number 50 on here. I will be turning 50 in January. So, woo, yeah, it's going to be mighty interesting to have a cover that has 50, which I probably will not do that. I'll just put like 2017 or something like that. I'm just not gonna put a big 50 there. But hope I inspired you guys somehow. Again, hope everyone has a wonderful and blessed Thanksgiving. Enjoy your family. Enjoy the food and the football games. Take nice naps. Wake up and eat some more. And if you're out there for Black Friday, please be safe. God bless.